We have 5 minutes to share any breadcrumbs, Godwings, treasures we have picked up along the way, or if there has been anything that has been laid upon your heart this week to bring to the table for discussion or just to be heard. Ladies, do you have anything this morning?
Well, I was listening to Godwinks on Audible yesterday at the farm because I was in some rooms by myself, so I threw that on my Audible, and I thought that was a really good reminder as I was going through things and some of the things that I was that were appearing yesterday, I should say. So one thing was my father's father, so my paternal grandfather, he died when I was 5. So I just remember him from photos, and came across a photo yesterday of him and me when I was a baby, and just the pure joy in his face. You could really see that expressed where I don't think I've ever seen that before. It was kind of buried in the back. So that was a nice little wink, just because I didn't really know him that well.
That's really cool. I love that. It reminds me of a story. I don't know where my book is. I think it's back in the bedroom. Of a book I'm reading, and I've read it a bunch of times too. It's called Let Your Life Speak by Parker Palmer. And it talks about his daughter and granddaughter lived with him when his granddaughter was born, and just the whole other just how he was able to be with his granddaughter. And he would actually write about it all the time so that he could give it to her when she was older, of just the pure way that in the different way that you see a child through the grandparents' eyes, and that joy, and just seeing the soul of that baby and just knowing, but I don't know, and just how he could let her, he could just find, I don't know, I'll have to pull it up, and but just a different way that a grandparent looks at the baby and can just really see in the soul and let that being just be who they came here to be, that they can really just pour into that and look at them that way. So that's what stirred up for me in your story.
I would love to read that book, Sister B.
Yeah, it's so good. I've read it like 10 times.
Yeah. Just the feeling, all the feels, like thinking about that as, I see Jacob, and it is very different having it be a grandchild, and I want to absorb even more of it. So if the book might shed some light on how it can even be,
Yeah, it definitely does. And it's not, I mean, that's not the crux of the book, but it just is getting to his soul of whatever. But yeah, I'll send you the title.
I need that too.
Awesome. I'll send you the title, because it is like, it's so good. Like I take 20 different things away every time I read it. And it's like a easy read, short read.
Oh, awesome. And cool. Brenda, thanks for sharing that, because just that love from a grandparent, and being able to see that in a photo, that would, I don't know what you plan to do with the photo, but I would encourage you to have it front and center for a while.
Yeah, that's a great God wink. Thank you. That was good. That was really good. Very good. Well, we have It's Freedom Friday, Grand Rising, ladies. My intention is to break out and connect about our definite chief aim. Hallelujah, sister. That's what we'll do. Do you want to, Nancy, do you mind if we just all stay on here? And then you can hop in if you get back on, because we're all going to be doing the breakout.
Yep, not at all. You guys go for it. And that
Okay.
makes sense. If I can hop on, I will.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right, ladies. So yeah. Good morning. Good morning. We'll just dive a little deeper into our preface. And I don't know, I guess this is our first time breaking out this way. So if anybody has any ideas of how we want to go about that, or if we just want to have a round table, bring it to the round table and discuss. What you think? Oh, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to do that. We do have 5 more minutes to share any breadcrumbs, God winks, treasures we have picked up, maybe along the last 40 minutes, maybe along the last week. Or if there's been anything that's been laid upon your heart to bring to the table for discussion or just to be heard, now is the time to do it. Ladies, do you have anything this morning? Well, I'm just wondering how this is going to unfold in hearing the verse that's going to be shared at Lexio this morning. So I know, everything as it stirs up leads up to what we're doing next, our journaling or whatever. So I'm excited to see what stirs up as I listen for the verse of Lexio. But one word that keeps coming to mind after with our time this morning for me is the word becoming. And I can't recall what that saying is, but it's not about something, but it's about who you're becoming in the process. So we're thinking about this outcome and we're thinking about this chief aim, but there's always so much goodness of who we are becoming in the process. Has really just re-stirred up for me as we've had this discussion here this morning. So I don't know if that touches anybody else, but that's definitely something I'm going to be sitting with. Who are we becoming in the process? And then I also had another word that came to me at my spiritual direction appointment last week. And it was so good. And it just came out. But we're always talking about, I realized this, or I realized that. Or this realization. And I was telling her a story and I said, it's just like, it's like a feelization. And it's just like, I don't know if that word strikes anybody else, but I was like, feelization, where did that come from? Like just how we're taking these words and we're just feelizing them, and and they're inside and we're feelizing them. So I don't know if that sticks out for anybody else, but I was like, wow, I can really feel that word.
Oh, I love that. I love made up words like that. If it is a made up word, I don't know if it's real or not, but feelization, and there was so much of that at the World Happiness Summit. That was one of my biggest takeaways, Beth, when my girlfriend and I were driving home from the airport. We were like, you know what? It was so much came back to feeling it, not thinking about it, but feeling it. And when we feel, that's when we're really in our who, right? And so feeling it. So, okay. So how do you say it again?
Feelization instead of realization.
Yes.
Or feelize instead of realize.
Feelization. I love it. and one of the made up words at the summit was happinista instead of fashionista. You can be a happinista. And I was like, oh, like, I just love stuff like that, right? That really, that's the connection. So what Becky was saying, about, hey, it's really about the shared experience when you're driving, not whether you're driving or not, right? And I just shared experience, and it's really striking me as that's really what God put us here to do, is to share experiences
and share them with God,
Yeah.
be in the presence of God, share that time with God. And feelizing that desire, that's where the fire is. There was something in the chat about the fire, feeling the fire. The fire is the desire. You got to feel the desire. And we do all these things we do to get busy, 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 busy. We can't feel anything because we're so busy, and it's numbing that we're so busy, so full of, our time is so full. We can't feel that desire, that burning. That's down at
Feel
our
the
essence.
fire.
Down at the
Yeah, I
core.
love that. Love that.
So good, but it is 7:00, so we gotta cut it off there, ladies. So good, so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna hit the. We have 6 minutes to share any breadcrumbs, God winks, treasures we have picked up along the way, or anything that has been laid upon your heart to bring to the table for this time to maybe discuss or just to feel heard. Is there anything you ladies have this morning that you'd like to share? Well, I will just definitely bring to the table that reading, doing the TGR reading this morning after having that full on deep down and dirty discussion, really just, I don't know, just crack things open for sure. Just given, hearing other perspectives and being able to take those in and read through different, maybe more open, more clear, more clarity of lenses on my reading was just really, really good. Trying to think, I did some underlining too in it. But just self-discovery and just going within, and oh, it's just so good. The answers are within. They're all within. They're all within. We just got to take the time to go within.
Hey, can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
So yesterday morning, I had asked for some suggestions for my interview. And this lovely group, I know as always, because I carry you in my back pocket and my heart all day long through everything I do at work, is really nice to have those, oh my God, I'm losing my voice, reminders in the morning to just show up as myself. Because when the lady came in to interview me, I was just my weird, quirky self, like excited for life. And she's like, I don't think we really need to even do this interview. And I'm like, okay, like, what do you mean? And she's like, Jenna, you're comfortable being yourself and being in alignment and just being, like heartfelt and having conversations that aren't very pushy. You just do it naturally. And like, I actually brought this group up in the middle of my interview. I said, well, you see here, I have this little secret. And she's like, what? I was like, I have this group of women and men. There's a couple men, but normally it's women in the morning. They got me ready. And she's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, I had a discussion this morning and I had to remember and get reminded to be myself. Because sometimes, you get told that you are too much. And I have a personality that can be, to some people, overwhelming because they don't feel comfortable being seen and being able to express themselves and share with them, like share what's going on. And it was just, so like what you're talking, dig deep within. So like every morning I'm really making sure that I check myself. Why did I start this? It doesn't have to do with anybody that's around me and their energy there. What fulfills me? What do I bring to them and what do they bring to me? Not the staff, not the community, the residents and the family. So I think it's exactly what you're saying, like dig within. Becky, you're giving me a really funny look.
And because that had so much to do with the talk of our last hour, you know,
Oh,
it's
really?
just, it doesn't matter what other people, it matters you, it matters what we desire, it matters what's on our hearts. Like that's how we unfold into our vision. That's how we unfold into our chief aim. It's like, what do we want? Not what works for so-and-so, what works for the husband, the kid, the neighbor, the whoever, you know, and how do we fit into that? No, it's what do we desire? What do we want? And figuring that out and marching on from there, unfolding from there, from that place, that seed that you are,
And
that
being
essence.
able to ask for more. That was something too that like I didn't mean to, but I accidentally, but on purpose, kind of asked for more. I'm like, what is after this? Like when I outgrow this, what's the next step? Where will I be? What can I do? And she was like, well, you can travel the United States, then you can do these things, you know, like, so it was just nice being comfortable to like be myself and just, as I like to say, hatch as a butterfly, because it's always a process. But when you're in alignment, you flow and you naturally ask for more because you feel fulfilled and you feel the joy.
Love it, love it, love it. What a great way to end this session on Freedom Friday. Thank you, Jenna, for all that goodness. Thank you, ladies, for hopping on this morning and showing up as yourself. Have a great weekend, and we will see you all soon. Love you, love you.
Smile quick.
Thank you.
Enjoy